Hello and welcome back to my channel, Boozy Bookish Thoughts. I'm Justine, or Jay if you prefer, and welcome to my next video. So today we're doing another Tag Tuesday. I think we will be doing tags for the next 2 Tuesdays. And so today we will be doing a tag that I saw on MJ's Reading This Life, and that is the Traveling with Books tag. And I believe it was first created by Gina Stanier Books. And I'll link her channel down below as well as MJ's video. But there are 6 questions and then the prompt to tag. And so let's get into this. I have a glass of wine, of course. We are drinking Tall Horse wine, South Africa Pinotage Rosé. We will be discussing this on the 30th of September. So if you're interested to hear what books I would pair with this, stay tuned for that. The first prompt, these are all about traveling and reading, and this seems perfect for having just come out of what is summer for the temperate climate people, and here in the Philippines, people are just coming off from summer vacation. Not summer, because summer would have been in April and May, but school was out, so people are going back to school. Not me. Not for a long time. But anyway, so the first question is, do you read when you travel? Generally, yes. I read most of the time, and I do read when I travel. So I mean, I don't travel to like take a break from reading. In fact, I look forward to being able to read more if I'm traveling, because like because of the transit period, I will like, for instance, I'm going on a work trip to the province, a faraway province, next weekend. So I'm already preparing an audiobook that I will listen to for the several hours long drive, both going and coming. So I read a lot during the transit, and depending on what I'm doing in the travel, if it's for business or pleasure, then I will also make time to read during the actual travel itself. Obviously, if I'm working, then that will be less. But if it's a pleasure trip, for instance, I love to read while I'm on the beach or snuggled up in a hotel room with soft hotel sheets. It's reading's a big part of my life, and even though it's only recently reached the same heights as it did previously, I still definitely do read when I travel. Do you travel with paper books? Honestly, not really. The last time I traveled with paper books would have been when I did a long haul flight from Manila to Schiphol, to Amsterdam, when I was relocating from, well, no, then I guess the long haul flight back, I might have had some hard copies too. Me trying to remember. No, actually, I take that back. Yes, it would have been in 2017 when I flew from Manila to Amsterdam. And I do remember having hard copy books in my carry-on. I believe it was 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne, which I have not finished and is on the unfinished list. But I remember that being in my bag when I took that long haul flight. But generally when I travel, I will take my Kindle instead, because just realistically, it's more portable. It's I'm able to have multiple books with a single device in a single like item, and it's just more convenient generally. I will carry a hard copy book if I'm reading one at the time, but generally, no, I don't travel with hard copies anymore. And the next question is, do you travel with an e-reader? And I just answered, yes, I do. I take my Kindle with me. And also I have the Kindle app on my phone now, and I have Scribd on my phone, although I haven't traveled technically since I got those, so, but in the future. How many books do you pack when you travel? I remember when I was packing for the big move from Manila to Amsterdam, well, to The Hague, I thought I was only bringing the essential books, and it was way too many. It was way too heavy. It took up basically my entire large suitcase. There was no more room left for anything else, and I was like, I have to cut it down. And so I ended up having to leave most of my most precious books, and that was just heartbreaking. I was also going through a lot at the time, which I will discuss in other videos, but not now. So it was definitely a decision to leave behind those books. But the biggest question was, how do I travel back? Because obviously while I was abroad, I acquired new books, and I had books shipped to me by my family and friends. And so when it came time to come home, there was way too many books as well, and I ended up having to ship them. But anyway, that was like a specific exception, because that wasn't really traveling, that was relocating. But generally, when I travel for short trips for business or pleasure, I will just pack my e-reader, and that has however many hundreds or thousands of books, I don't really know. And again, I have Scribd and Kindle on my phone. So again, entire library at my fingertips. Next question is, does where you go or how long you are traveling impact the amount or type of books you take? Since, like I said, I take my e-reader, it doesn't impact the number of books I take, but it does, generally, especially if I'm traveling for pleasure, it will impact what I'm reading. I don't really believe in summer reads, or because I guess there's no seasons where I am. I'm not much of a seasonal reader. But if I'm on the beach, I don't want to be reading a heavy thriller with like dark cabin in the woods type of thing. I want to be reading something light and fluffy, maybe even something middle grade, and I do match the vibe of what is happening in the outer world with what is happening on the page. I try my best to, at least. And then the last question is, do you buy books when traveling or visit bookshops and libraries? Yes, most definitely. I visit bookshops everywhere I can, and I will do my best to purchase a book, especially a local book. I tried to purchase a book by a local author, and I think the last time I did this, though, was when I was in Indonesia. I can't remember the title of the book, but I picked up a really nice Indonesian book, and it was just like popular literature, but it was by an Indonesian author, and it was fun. I read it, and it was interesting. I'll try and look up the title, but I do pass by local bookstores and pick up books while I am traveling. Libraries, it depends. I do love them, and I will go to like visit and poke my nose about, but if I'm not living in a place or staying there for a substantially long time, I may not visit a library, because I can't really borrow books, you know, I can't build a relationship or join the community the way I would want to. That being said, I did go to the library when I lived abroad a lot. So, I mean, it depends. Now, for the fun part, the tag some fellow travelers. I would like to tag Tara Talks Books. She is a great channel. She reads mostly historical fiction, mysteries, romance, and I would love to hear her thoughts on whether or not she travels with books. And then I would like to tag the Ethio book junkie, Lydia. So I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at the screen where the prompts are and where my notes are. So I'd like to tag Lydia from Ethio Book Junkie. She is a lovely booktuber who posts tags and hauls and just great fun reading content and sometimes reading vlogs. So check them out. And that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed a little bit learning my reading traveling habits. What are your reading traveling habits? Do you pack books? Do you hoard books when you travel? Or are you a light packer like me and take a digital copy? So that's it, and cheers!